Alrighty, I hope so that we are live. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Big Donch Show. Today we're going to be live streaming. I love live streaming these shows. They're so fun to do. Hope it's fun for you guys to watch as well. So, the Big Donch Show, it's late. I know. I usually want to do this earlier today, but have been creating a lot of shorts like I usually do. I'm sure a lot of you guys catch me from the shorts. I'm trying to insert more videos, but I want to start doing more live shows because, I have some boxing knowledge that I want to share and just love talking boxing. Now, even though I'm a boxing channel, I focus more on boxing. UFC 300 was Saturday. It's kind of hard to just ignore that. UFC 300, the 300th anniversary, 300th main event, I guess you could say, not really an anniversary, but it delivered. What an amazing card, like it should have been, of course, right? The 300th UFC card, main event. It was very, very, very good. The main event, Pereira versus Hill, I can't say was like that. I really can't say that Pereira versus Hill delivered. I knew from the jump right away that fight was kind of going to be boring. But the undercard, the preliminaries, everything was good. Everything was good. Like Figueroa, I think that was. He was the opening fight in just the preliminaries. This dude was fighting for championships not too long ago. And he's the first fight in preliminaries. We saw other big names, though, of course. So many big names. Can't even think off the top of my head. Jerry, Bo Nickel, Gaethje versus Holloway, Sterling. So many other guys. Garbrandt, Holly Holm, Kayla Harrison. She's unbelievable, too. I didn't really know much about her. The way she dominated Holly Holm, who was also a very good boxer as well. But on the ground, of course, that's going to affect her. But the way she dominated was insane. So UFC 300 was very, very crazy. Of course, the biggest fight of the night was Holloway versus Gaethje. I like both guys. I favor Gaethje more, and he was kind of losing. It's unfortunate because I think he broke his nose. That was just unfortunate. Got unlucky. 2 eye pokes from Holloway. Can't really blame Holloway, alrighty, but it happens. Eye pokes happen. They do affect you, whether you like it or not, whether you say anything about it. They just do. Eye pokes affect how everything and how the rest of your night could go. So it's definitely unfortunate, but it is what it is. Gaethje kept going. He probably won maybe one round. I'd say the 4th round. You could argue maybe the 2nd round. But that 5th round, they got into the middle. Max Holloway, one of the best strikers in the sport in UFC, maybe the best. And they were just brawling. And then eventually, 1 second left to go, out clean. So even if it went to the cards, I think Holloway still would have won. But that was just a very good fight in general, and the fact that he knocked him out 1 second left just to steal the deal. Don't even let it go to the cards. Just end it in your favor. Very impressive. And it was for the BMF belt. I won't say the belt's full name on here, but if that doesn't tell you that Holloway is the BMF, I don't know what will. So that was definitely a very good fight. Others I watched, Jerry. That was very impressive by him. His leg was all chopped up. A lot of kicks to the leg. Hands up, balance it back. When that happens, you got to get out of that octagon as soon as possible. You got to end that fight because it's going to be a long night. You got to end it as soon as possible. Try to knock out your opponent. And he did just that. He stopped him. So that was very, very impressive by Jerry. Very good performance by him. Get a rematch with Pereira. That'd be very good to see. But Pereira, let's talk about Pereira. He is already, I think, the top 10 UFC fighter of all time. Wasn't here long. Okay, but I think he's a top 10 UFC fighter of all time already. His resume stacked. He beat a lot of champions. Strickland, Adesanya, Hill, Jerry, and then the other guy at light heavyweight, the one he beat to actually win the title, I think it was. He wants to go now for heavyweight. I could definitely see him beating these guys. Aspinall on the ground. It has to be off the ground. Has to be standing up. His grappling game's not the best, but he's probably the best striker in the UFC. I mentioned Max Holloway earlier. I'd say Pereira is, but you can still argue that Holloway was. But I think, personally, Pereira is. His striking is just insane. But he leaves his hands low. He has some weaknesses. He leaves his hands low. His ground game's weak. So he just really has to figure that out. He'll be hard against Jones. I don't think he'll beat Jones. But he could beat maybe Stipe. He could beat maybe Aspinall. And we could maybe see the first 3-division world champion in the UFC with Pereira. Very, very crazy that he is. That was UFC 300. I didn't watch all of it. I didn't watch every single fight. There were so many good ones. But the one I of course wanted to talk about, which everyone's talking about, was Gaethje versus Max Holloway for the BMF belt. That was very, very impressive. that fight was. So let's go into boxing now. It is fight week for Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. A very big fight. Very good fight. Two guys. Who cares about their record? Obviously, Ryan Garcia has a loss. Devin Haney's undefeated. But they're going at it. They're young fighters. Ryan Garcia coming off a win against Oscar Durante. I don't even know. Oh my gosh. Mexican fighter. Can't think of his name. Let me look it up. I'm sorry. Ryan Garcia last fight. Durante, I thought it was. I don't know who I'm thinking. I was talking about UFC. Transition right into boxing. Yeah, Oscar Duarte. But then came off and then lost in last year in April, around this time. April 22nd. So it'll be 2 days just before the 20th where Ryan lost against Gervonta Davis. But I still respect Ryan for fighting that fight, going in there. Who cares about the records? He still did what he had to do. He's fighting Devin Haney now for super lightweight title. He's been crazy lately, Ryan is. He's starting to take it more serious. He's still posting crazy stuff on social media. For somebody who says that he was taking a break from social media, he was going dark. I think that's what he said. He looks good. Already, so he posted a picture of himself on Instagram. He looks good for 140. That's more of his natural weight class, as we all know. That weight draining that he had to do against Gervonta Davis, it affected him. Whether you like that or not, it just affected him. So he looks a lot better now. The main thing with him is he keep his right hand. One of the best left hooks in the game. If he lands on Haney, that could be a bad thing for Haney. That could be very good for Ryan Garcia. But Devin Haney's a good defensive boxer, a smart boxer, a very slick fighter. So it's going to be hard to land that hook. But if he does land that hook, it's going to be a problem. Now, Ryan Garcia can't just rely on just a left hook against Devin Haney. Devin Haney's a very, very good boxer, one of the best pure boxers in the sport. If Ryan Garcia is just going to rely on landing a left hook all night, that's not going to go well for Ryan Garcia. He needs to box. He needs to be able to box Devin Haney, which I don't think Ryan Garcia could do. I just don't. I think Devin Haney could win by decision, or even, depending on how Ryan Garcia's attitude is, a stoppage. I know Devin Haney has pillow hands, but we could see it with just the way how Ryan Garcia's been acting. If he's not locked in, anything could happen. I mean, Devin Haney has power when he lands and he gets a good shot in. He put down Prograis. He could maybe stop Ryan Garcia. Maybe, we see something similar to what we saw with Manny Pacquiao versus Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya just done. He quit on the stool. Maybe we see what we saw with Ryan Garcia versus Tank. Tank kept going. Ryan Garcia just said enough. Now, and of course, that was a liver shot. Hard to get up from that, but there's still conspiracy theories, rumors, even to this day, that Ryan Garcia just quit. He knew he was getting outmatched, and he just quit. I won't comment much on that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a stoppage. A lot of people are surprised. A lot of people are not even mentioning it, that Devin Haney can stop Ryan Garcia. I think that could happen. I will not be surprised if Devin Haney stops Ryan Garcia. I don't. I think it's going to be more so of a unanimous decision win for Devin Haney. But if he did beat Garcia by stoppage, I would not be surprised. I promise you that. And you should not be surprised either. And it won't be like just the power from Devin Haney. It'd just be a complete breakdown, and Ryan Garcia just has enough. I really think that could happen. I really think that could be a possibility. I mean, let's look at the card for Garcia versus Haney. It's really not that stacked. I can't really think of anybody who's on it. It's in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Definitely a weird spot to be, I'd say. If you're going to do it in New York, why not do Madison Square Garden? Maybe it's booked with NBA playoffs and all coming up. I know the Knicks are doing actually pretty good this year, believe it or not. Excuse me. It's tired. I apologize. Arnold Barboza versus Sean McComb. It's a super lightweight bout. John Ramirez, David Jimenez, Charles Conway. So a bunch of guys I really don't know. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a casual. Call me casual, but it's not that exciting of a card. And pay-per-view also, I don't know. I don't know how pay-per-view buys are going to go. I mean, this was usually going to be big at first. But as it's going, I don't know. Maybe this is all that is for Ryan Garcia. He was just trying to sell the fight. What's up, Ely? I'm new to this stream. What's up? Just talking some Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney this Saturday. I'm assuming you're a boxing fan. I don't know who you have, who you're rooting for this Saturday if you are following it. I think Devin Haney wins by decision and maybe even a stoppage. I won't be surprised if it's a stoppage. I think Devin just want to test my audio, but I don't know. The card's not that good. I mean, that maybe going back to Ryan Garcia, maybe this is all that was from Ryan Garcia. Maybe he just wanted to build up the fight, act crazy, make it seem like, oh, I'm trying to do Soviet style. Me too. I'm trying to do Soviet style too. That's my style when I box. It's hard though. You gotta have energy. Gotta have a gas tank. If you don't, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a long journey if you want to do Soviet style. Gotta have a gas tank. But I like the Soviet style as well. Bouncing back and forth. I go off topic a lot in this stream. It's late. I'm tired. I got work tomorrow. I wanted to post the stream earlier when I was more energetic, but still getting it in. Just kind of like a chill Sunday night. Thunderstorming out, raining. I was talking about Garcia versus Haney. I think Haney wins. Last night was the top ranked card. Jared Anderson, heavyweight bout. It's time for him to fight a top 5 fighter. Same thing with Keyshawn Davis. Richard Torres is up there too. He's signed by Top Rank. I don't think Richard Torres is ready for a top 5, but definitely trying to match him up against the top 10. He's a solid fighter, but he's small. I think he'd be very, very good at cruiserweight. Heavyweight though, I'll be honest, I don't really see much success for Richard Torres within the next couple of years at heavyweight. I mean, he's not going to beat Tyson Fury, not going to beat Usyk. I don't think he beats Anderson, Zhang, Parker, Wilder, Ruiz. So I just don't know where Torres fits at heavyweight for this next year or two. But if he could bump down to cruiserweight for some reason, some possibility he could bump down to cruiserweight, Richard Torres, I feel like, could do some damage. But he's just too small for heavyweight right now. Excuse me. With how big the giants are at heavyweight. Tyson Fury 6'9", Usyk's tall. Wilder 6'7". Anthony Joshua 6'6". It's hard for a guy like Torres. Let me look up Richard Torres' height. I think he's like 6 foot. Of course, he was an Olympian. No doubt about it. He's a good boxer. But when it comes to the heavyweight division right now, I just don't see where he fits. 6'2". I just think that's small. I mean, Usyk's only about 6'3", but Usyk's Usyk. I mean, Usyk could outbox him, stop him, do whatever he wants. He could win by however he wants against Richard Torres. Richard Torres is 9-0 right now. He has 9 knockouts, so I'm saying he has power. He has power, but most rounds he had so far was 8. Majority of his rounds, though, majority of his fights, they're stopped early. He only had 1 fight go to the 8th round. And that was his second to last fight. His last fight, he won in the first round. That was back in March, so only a couple weeks ago. So I like to see Richard Torres go far. I just don't think he will in a very stacked division. We'll see. Looking at he was a silver medalist in Tokyo. I followed him when I first started getting into boxing. He was actually one of the first guys I followed. So I'm rooting for him. If he proves me wrong and actually wins something at heavyweight, good for him. I just don't see it. So I apologize. Top ranked cards that they put on are solid. However, I just wish that we see more better matchups. We're seeing a good matchup with Kambosos and Loma, which I'm excited for. But the guys are prospects. It's time to start bumping it up. Even Shakur. Shakur needs to fight a top 5 soon. He needs to fight just to get in the ring soon. I don't know who he could beat, who he could fight. I think Shakur could be the best lightweight in the world in boxing. I really think he could. But not staying active, running, being a boring fighter is not going to help his case. Now, a win's a win, but getting those big fights, is that really going to be the case? I think Shakur could beat anybody at lightweight. I think he could beat Tank. I think he could beat Loma, Kambosos, Frank Martin. I think he could beat anybody at lightweight. Super lightweight, maybe not. Maybe Haney beats him. Maybe Isaac Cruz beats Shakur. I'll be making a video on Isaac Cruz, posting that on Tuesday. So there's that. I think Teo beats Shakur. But at lightweight, I think Shakur could beat anybody, even Tank by decision. I'm serious. I really mean that. I think he could beat Tank by decision. That'd be a great fight. Why can't we make that? Why can't we make that fight? Or we have Tank versus Frank Martin, which is going to be a solid fight. Probably Tank's hardest opponent yet, but that's still not saying much. It is what it is. But I'm just rambling now. I'm going to end up in the live stream. Appreciate everybody watching. Just had to make a short one. I wanted to make a bigger, longer one, more energetic one today, but I was just so busy working out, making shorts, making actual videos. So Came with it now. Covered it all. UFC 300 was crazy. It's fight week of Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. So excited about that. I'm going to try to do a live stream for that fight. So basically, not live stream the fight, but do like a live watch party. So the camera, it's going to be like this. The camera's on me. I'm just commentating it. Would be happy to talk to people in the comments. Just a live watch party. Just enjoy it. So hopefully you guys all enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, follow, subscribe for more. I'm out, guys. Peace.